Hey guys, it's Madison and welcome to my channel. I would say welcome back to my channel, but I haven't made a video in so long and I'm kind of wanting to start fresh, so welcome. I am 22, I'll be 23 in February, and I am obsessed with business. Ever since I was little, I've always been obsessed with social media and YouTube, and I went to Playlist and VidCon and all that, and I figured it's literally 2021, I might as well get it together and start my channel. So I really wanted to make videos about my businesses and my life and how I got to where I'm at now, because 4 years ago I was literally working at Wendy's getting evicted from my apartment. So as you can tell by the title of this beautiful video, I'm going to talk about how I made $145,000 this year during a pandemic as a 22-year-old. Number is kind of crazy, especially for people my age, but I decided a better time to like break everything down and tell you the exact numbers of everything than the new year, because it's tax time and I have to do it anyway. So before I get into all of these lovely numbers, I am going to kind of give you a timeline and explain to you about myself. So I've always been like, I've always had an entrepreneur mindset. Like even since I was like 12, 13, I would resell stuff on eBay that I found at Goodwill. I was graphic designing stuff when I was like 15. When I was 16, I started my own magazine called Bad Behavior. I will put a little screenshot here. I loved doing that. It was so fun. I got to like meet a bunch of famous people because I would get press passes and be able to interview them for the magazine. A lot of indie bands and stuff like that. It was literally the best time of my life. But then adult life kicked in around 17, 18-ish, and I started my job at Wendy's like pretty much every other normal teenager, fast food, whatever. But it quickly turned from like a part-time job to literally 60 hours a week. I love my job at Wendy's. It taught me a lot of what I know now as far as leadership wise, but it sucked like a lot. And I knew that even though I was really good at my job, I could perform well, I didn't want to do this for the rest of my life, and I wanted to be my own boss. So from the ages of 17 to like 19, almost 20, I was a assistant manager. And then finally I quit that job to work for my mother and my stepdad. They did reselling on eBay and it was super fun. I got to do all sorts of crazy stuff with them. But unfortunately my stepdad passed away in 2017 and my mom didn't want to continue that business any longer, so I had to get back into work. So I had a lot of random like jobs here and there, not important ones. And then finally I decided to take a job at a real estate agency. Like I said before, I was always obsessed with social media, so a brokerage here in my town was hiring for a marketing coordinator, and I was like, this is what I want to do, let me apply. So I applied, got the interview, got the job. I did that for 8, 9 months, maybe, honestly maybe even a year. I don't know the exact timeline, it's passing so fast. Then I decided that I was good at the real estate portion and I wanted to make it a bigger business. So I ended up initially stop working for that specific agent and then like streamline it and start doing it for agents all around my city. And I did that for another few months and then honestly just decided I was tired of real estate and didn't want to do it. During that time, I also was going through a really mentally draining breakup and I was super depressed. I literally lost all self-confidence and I just wanted to like change and like think outside the box. All without having to go back to like a corporate job or like, you know, working for someone else, working a 9 to 5, because I just didn't want to do that. So in October or November 2019, I decided I was gonna be a stripper and I had my heart set on it. I've never stripped before, never did pole classes, literally anything. And there's it's not really a strip club here in my town because it's illegal to get naked. It's more of like a go-go bar kind of. So we wore stripper shoes, we wore skimpy outfits, but we couldn't take our tops or our bottoms off. I just showed up there one day and was like, I want to work. She asked if I had experience and I lied and I said, yep, I used to strip in Florida. She was like, okay, bet, go out there. And I just winged it. Like literally my first 4 weeks, winged it. So I did that. I ended up really, really enjoying it, like obsessed with that job. The money was decent. It was not like Miami money or like New York money. Like, it was decent and it got my bills paid, so that's all that mattered to me. Then in January or February of 2020, well, I guess not this year anymore, last year, I was watching YouTube, go figure, and I was watching The Detail Geek, and he details cars. And I kept watching the videos and it was super satisfying. And I looked at my sister, who's, I'm sure she was 18 at the time. I was like, hey, we could do this. Like, we literally could do this. And she was like, you think? And I was like, yes. So I ordered the supplies. I think I spent about $600 in supplies to start out with. I got it from Amazon. Granted, I've been watching his videos for a while, so I kind of got like the gist of what I needed to do, but I hadn't tested it out. So I did it in my own car, my mom's car, my friend's car. Kept doing it for free in exchange for like word of mouth reviews. So I started my Facebook page February 9th, 2020. And it literally just blew up after that. I do live in a military town and we're mobile, and I don't think there's anyone else here, correct me if I'm wrong, but anyone else in my city that goes on to military bases to detail cars. So we definitely had a little bit of a niche there. So in April or so, I moved out of my apartment and into my beautiful house here. I decided I was ready for another challenge or another business, so I hired employees and they did the detailing themselves. I just managed like the back end bookkeeping, and I started my lip gloss business. Now, I spent a lot of money on my lip gloss business. I'm pretty sure the total amount is in here somewhere. Just to start out, I shouldn't have spent that much. I definitely could have done it a lot cheaper, but I was just like spontaneous and I was like, this is what I want, this is how I'm gonna get it. I had that for a few months, and then I ended up, like, I made good money, but I didn't have enough devotion to it to make it profitable enough. So I closed it in hopes that I was gonna find my spark again and relaunch it. P.S. I am relaunching it February of this year, so be on the lookout. I also had an OnlyFans from April to September. That was fun. I just couldn't keep up with it because, I mean, I could have just posted once a month if I really wanted to, but I felt like it was a ripoff. So I ended up closing it in September, but I did have an OnlyFans. I was also unemployed for 5 weeks. Tennessee went through a shutdown March or April maybe. I think it was right before I moved into my house, and I was unemployed. So I did collect 5 weeks of unemployment, and I also got a stimulus check. Twice, actually. I also resell a lot of things on Mercari and Poshmark and eBay. I've always done that. It's not like a full-time job. I know plenty of people that make it their full-time job, but I made quite a bit this year doing that. And then in November, I noticed like everyone was going crazy about those hot cocoa bombs, and yet again, I told my sister, I want to do it. So I bought the molds, posted it on my Facebook groups. Literally, that's it. Just my Facebook groups. I mean, I have an Instagram for it. You can go look. I don't post on it. I don't post on TikTok. Hardly post on the Facebook page. And it blew up. Like, crazy blew up. I had to hire people to help me do it because I just couldn't. There were so many orders. So that's what I did for the remainder of this year. Plus, I did odd jobs here and there. Like, you'll see when I, like, break down the amount, how much I did in odd jobs. And it seems kind of weird, like the amount, but also I have so many skills that are just super random, so it helps me with these odd jobs. Like I was paid to, you know, make some graphics. I did brand deals. I have a social media marketing agency, and while that's not like super profitable, I still take a commission from it. So that's what that's from. But now that you know a little bit about my businesses and how I make the money I do, let's break down the numbers. So, total amount for 2020 is $146,347.46. Now, I went through and I broke down, there's exact amounts for some of my spending, and then there is kind of rough estimates for some of my personal spending because it varied a little bit. So, just in rent for 2020, I spent $9,600, which is pretty decent. January, February, March, April, I was in an apartment and I spent $900 in rent. And then in April I moved into this house that I'm living in now, and I have 2 roommates, my sister and my friend, and we split the rent, and it makes my rent so much cheaper. I spent $3,600 in electricity. I spent $960 in water, $720 in internet, $6,400 for my car payment. Granted, keep in mind all of these are for 12 months, not for like 1 month or anything like that. $3,912 for car insurance, $3,849 in gas, $1,800 in miscellaneous subscriptions. That's like gym, Hulu, Netflix, Squarespace, like whatever. So that brings that to a total of $30,841 in personal expenses. Then I put $15,000 away in savings, and this was over time. I had to use some of that when I put the down payment on my car, and the rest of it is going to my taxes, which I'm pretty sure is going to be more than $15,000, but we'll see how that goes. I invested $3,000. I spent $4,723 in business startups, so that includes that money I spent to start Elite Auto Detail. That includes the money I spent to start Sister Sweets, and the money I spent to start Killer Baby Beauty. I spent $2,629 in marketing, which honestly is not a lot. I could have upped my game on that one, but you know, I'm still learning. I spent $42,669 in labor, meaning my employees. Those are the people I paid to work. I had 4 employees at one point, but now I just have 3. 2 for Elite Auto Detail and 1 for Sister Sweets. I spent $1,900 in Christmas bonuses just recently. I spent $21,469 in expenses for Elite Auto Detail. I spent $6,424 in Sister Sweets supplies and expenses. I also finished my bachelor's degree and finished paying off my school, which was $4,627. I also enrolled in real estate school, which was $700, giving a remainder of $12,365, and that was like food. I took a trip during that. I moved to my house, so I had to buy a lot of furniture, clothes, whatever. So now to break down where the money actually came from. So for the entire year of 2020, Elite Auto Detail made $74,715. I made $3,670 on OnlyFans. Keep in mind, I didn't have my OnlyFans that long, and I didn't put a lot of effort into it. You can tap into the income on OnlyFans if you really set your mind to it. I made $14,149 stripping, so that's cash, but I deposited all my cash in the bank because I'm not trying to get in trouble with the IRS, so that amount may be a little more, a little less. Sister Sweets made $11,842. Killer Baby Beauty made $2,411. I got $1,800 in stimulus checks. There was 2. And last year I made $20-something thousand, $30-something thousand, so obviously this year they think I'm qualified. Next year, obviously, if the pandemic's still going around, I'm not going to qualify for them because I make too much money. $22,738 from reselling. It's nothing specific. It could either be reselling clothes, shoes, furniture, stuffed animals, literally anything. And then I had 5 weeks of unemployment, which was $3,600 I got. And then lastly, I made $18,640 in miscellaneous jobs, which sounds pretty crazy, but it's really not. I know one brand deal I did was like $2,100, so it's doable. So I decided to break everything down like that because when I made my TikTok talking about how I make $16,000 a month, there was a lot of people that were like, oh, it's from OnlyFans, oh, it's from stripping, oh, you're lying. I just wanted to be as transparent as possible because I feel like, no, like, people can tell when people are bullshit. Not Faith getting DoorDash delivered right now. Okay, so after I've given you guys all of the numbers, I kind of wanted to talk about some common questions and things that I get when people find out how much I make. So first things first, people always think I'm lying. I'm really not. Like, I literally just gave you all the numbers, and people also think that it's really hard, and that's exactly why I'm making this video, because think about it, like, I literally came from making hardly any money last year to making $145,000. All I did was literally just work my ass off and not give up. 2020 was super hard for a lot of people. It was even hard for me. Like, I can remember being in my mom's house like crying because I didn't know how to deal with a pandemic. Like, I've never had to do that. I didn't know what any of it meant. I didn't know how I was going to keep a roof over my and my sister's head or food in our bodies. This was back when, you know, toilet paper was being bought up and there was a shortage of literally everything. So the fact that I was able to turn 2020 around the way I did is such a blessing, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for all my customers and followers I have and the support I've gotten in the last few months, because honestly things didn't start looking up and taking off for me until about May, June-ish. Right when I moved in this house, that's when things were like blowing up. Obviously I couldn't have done it without the support and the following that I've built, which is not even a lot. That's the thing, and that's what I really want to talk about on this channel a lot, is it's not hard at all. Like, it seems intimidating and you will fail, but eventually you're gonna get it, and eventually you're gonna make a lot of money. You just have to work hard and you have to stay focused and you have to not give up. So now that I got that out of the way, I want to open up the comment section for questions and video suggestions, because I was super scared to make this video because it is very vulnerable and it's very honest and transparent, and I feel like no matter how honest I can be, there's still going to be people that hate on it and, you know, try to discredit me and my hard work. So obviously I was nervous about that, but I'm excited to finally like talk about my life and talk about what I do and share like tips and tricks and share my knowledge that I've worked hard and tried to like cultivate. So with that being said, thank you for staying to the end of this video. If you have a video idea, if you have a question, leave it down below. I'm gonna start filming a lot more videos now that I am over my anxiety about filming this one, and I'm just really excited to see where 2021 takes me, takes this channel, takes my social media, all that good stuff. If you want to follow me on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything is literally at Madison Allshouse, which is my first and last name. I'll leave the links in the description box below. Special shout out to my friend Canel for letting me use this camera, because I don't have one. I should have bought one, but as much money as I make, I'm cheap, and I really was avoiding trying to buy one. But if this video turns out well, I'll probably end up having to buy one. But I'll leave Canel's links down below. He's hilarious, and if you're into like comedy and skits and like pranks and stuff, you'll like his videos. And also honorable mention to my friend Keyshawn for editing this video. His links will also be down below. He makes gaming videos. And yeah, that concludes this video. I hope you guys have a blessed and beautiful 2021, and just remember to stay focused and stay motivated, and you will literally be able to achieve anything you want.